Try to respond to a few comments because I had some posts that go viral every so often and generate a lot of opinions. And you might be thinking, well, reading comments, that's a bad idea. And you're probably right, but what I do is I just kind of take the same approach of a politician and just go full-blown sociopathy, where I completely ignore people's opinions and just do what I want to do. That's sarcasm. It's a little bit of joke. Don't take it too personal. Alright, so the first comment is Truckin' with Ken. He says, and this is a diplomatic comment, a good faith comment, I would say. That's more or less why I'm answering it. But he says, yeah, people should pay extra. For context, I had a post where it's like, hey, do you think someone with more trash should pay more? I didn't go into great detail that we're a private company, so you kind of have to be mindful of profitability. But he's like, yeah, if someone's going to have more trash, then they should pay more for service. But during Christmas time, everyone should get an extra cart or extra can. And I would almost be okay with that, as far as like, hey, customer appreciation, everyone gets a little an extra tip or an extra can during the holiday. The problem is, it is very labor and time intensive to get all those carts out and then to bring them all back after the holidays. What our solution has been is to recognize, like, we're not far past the holidays. We had 2 weeks of holidays, whereas Christmas 1 week, New Year's another week. Then we had 2 weeks of like just snow being an issue, and we're finally on the tail end of it. And this morning, I'm only 116 stops into the route, but I can already tell that trash has let up quite a bit, a lot less trash. But there were several weeks where people were just putting extras out, and on a day like today, where it's lighter than average, if people are still putting trash on the ground, I'm putting into my notes on the tablet saying, hey, this customer is regularly putting trash on the ground. I charge when I have to get out to clean up the garbage off the ground. And it's like, that's really not beneficial to the customer to do that every time. So let's just drop off a second cart and charge them a once a month charge for the additional cart. It's actually a better value than me getting out of the truck 3 or 4 weeks out of the month to pick up trash on the ground. Because if, like I said, it's we're like 4 weeks out from Christmas, past Christmas, and if people are still putting garbage on the ground, they need another cart. So that's what we've been doing. And then, like, there's some, like, this is what I did in the spirits of the holidays. If people were bagging all their garbage into like nice sturdy bags, and I was able to toss them with the truck, there was a lot of those I never charged. Because I was, it's Christmas, you bagged up all your extras and they're tied. And it really, like, we added weight. Because at the end of the day, we do have to pay a fee, a disposal fee, to tip the truck. I think that's one of those things a lot of people don't realize, is once you put this garbage in the truck and pack it full with like 10 tons, you don't get to just get rid of that for free. Like, no one just says, oh, no one wants it, there's no value, so because it's garbage and valueless, then it's free to get rid of. No, there's value in being able to dispose of it. Like, landfills do not run on, like, free. If you want to put garbage in a landfill, you have to scale it and pay for that weight. And so here, we don't take it to the landfill, we take it to a transfer station in town. So we scale it there, dump it, and it's $70. Okay, so really it's actually 69. But whenever I say it's 69 bucks a ton, I feel like I have to like throw in someone going, nice. So let's just call it 70. I just tapped on the wrong spot on my map. Now I jumped all the way ahead. There we go. Now I'm back on track. So it's 70 bucks a ton, or yeah, 70 bucks a ton, and it can, you know, put 10 to 12 tons on here. So you're looking at 700 bucks at the end of the day, or at the end of the day. About 500 some stops will pack this route out, and this route today has about 700 stops. So we're looking at more than $700 to dispose of the trash that we pick up today, and that's not cheap. But during the holidays, like I said, if it was really easy to service it with the arm and I didn't lose a lot of time, because the other thing about holiday trash is it will turn like a 9-hour route into a 12 or 13-hour route real easy if you are getting out and picking up extra all the time. So you're adding time and weight for this holiday trash. So yes, trucking with Ken, I did try to be a little bit more generous in the holiday spirit. And I picked up some bags for free. But you know, no one gives the garbage man a little holiday pass on how much he can throw away. It's still 70 bucks a ton. I did get some cookies though, so that was cool. Alright, we're gonna switch this to 2-pack since we're getting quite a bit of garbage in there. There's usually a kid at the window at this place. It's not there today. It's fine. Andy says your videos are cool, but I can't watch them anymore because of how much gets thrown into recycle. Andy, I feel ya. I totally understand. I can't make you watch my videos, so if you unfollow, I get it. But I hope what you're not assuming is that I throw away recyclables recklessly without care. A big factor in this is we are a private company, so we're operating within a market where the local municipality basically just said we're not going to do trash service. We're just going to leave it up to private haulers to come up with their own methods in which garbage is picked up. Now there's 2 haulers, maybe like 3. There's a guy that comes like, it kind of depends on how you look at it, you know, commercial versus residential. So like 2.5 haulers in town when it comes to trash service with dumpsters and carts. The other hauler does do, I think, some commercial recycling, but they have a dedicated route for cardboard for businesses. And then we do some businesses picking up recyclable, but as far as curbside recycle at a home, we are the only company offering that in Columbus. And we can't offer it for free. I wish, you know, if the city had mandated, like if it was one of those things where this municipality mandated recycling and then they included it within their tax bill, yeah, we could run recycle all day. But we have to consider, like, okay, it's not mandated, so it's all what people choose to sign up for. So we have to charge for the trash service, and then additionally we charge for a second truck to show up at the house to grab recycle. So we can't have one truck running recycle and garbage. There's some trucks that do split bodies where you can do trash on one side, recycle on the other, and that could maybe work with a little bit more density, maybe. It's tricky. But we have to navigate logistical variables that are balanced between, like, what can we afford to run, what trucks can we purchase, what style of trucks, how big of trucks, like a whole bunch has to go on. And then, like, what's it cost to run those, how dense are the recycle routes, Like, we have to split the town in half, where it's recycle one half, recycle the other. So that is a lot of driving for one truck. Whereas the truck I'm driving right now just goes into like tight neighborhoods and just knocks out hundreds of cans that are all closely placed to each other. So if we had as much density in recycle as we do with garbage, yeah, dude, I mean, we could make entire content dedicated just to the recycle we pick up. But we don't run recycle 5 days a week. We run it once a week, where it's one half 1 week, the other half the other week. So, long story short, yes, I wish I could do more recycle as well. I'm sorry the content upsets you to the point where you can't watch anymore. But I don't know, maybe we'll expand our recycling a little bit or get more people to sign up and we can get you back. That would be nice. Then everybody would be happy. I might not hold my breath on that one, though. I don't know. Well, should we do one more? I think we can do one more. Maybe two. We can maybe even do two more. It's a lot to edit these two videos together. I just hit record, so I got these massive files that I have to edit together after a route or over the weekend. So, like, it seems like they're easy, but they're not. It's a lot of data. Alright, Keegan! Keegan seems upset. He says, so let me get this straight. Because your company bought a truck that eliminated jobs and now you want to, or you're upset that, I forget exactly what he said. I'm not going to read it and drive for obvious reasons, but I'll put it up there and you can tell he's a little disappointed that we have a fancy truck doing the work, and the fact that I'd ask if trash outside the car should cost extra is upsetting to Keegan. And he finishes off with, it's your job. Keegan, I got two rules. One, you don't get to make the job harder. This is my two rules for customer to driver. Or basically non-garbage people to actual garbage people. The two rules are, you don't get to make the job harder and you don't get to tell me how to do the job. There's a lot of comments. Good morning, sir. There's a lot of comments, yours is included, that screams, don't put me in charge of any trash operation whatsoever, because I have no idea what's happening. But I feel like I have an understanding. You have made the mistake that a lot of people who have watched, like either they watched it from the window or watched it from a screen, tablet or phone or whatever. You think you see it for 30 seconds, you understand how it works. That's not really the case. First of all, you gotta understand, and I've said it before, garbage works in 3 different types of scenarios, and maybe a fourth. I keep forgetting what it was. But the 3 that I know is a lot that people are familiar with, which is tax revenue is used by the city to pay for city trucks and city employees to pick up the garbage. That's them running every house on the block. So that's one, city trucks with city fees. The other is the city uses the fees or taxes to pay for a private hauler to run a contract. So that'd be something like one of the big ones, Waste Connections, Waste Management, GFL, Republic, where a city might say, hey, we'll get one of these big guys to run the entire town. So that's where you see a private hauler run every stop, but he's not collecting fees from the customers in a monthly charge, so they don't have to worry about like a point of purchase or billing system. They just work directly with the city. So that's a private hauler using tax funds to run the routes, to pay for running the routes. Those get a little more strict as well. because they have to cover their cost or protect their operating costs. And a lot of that is where you might see these people that say, oh, I have to have the cart all the way to the curb, lid all the way closed, no extras. If there's any obstruction or anything that deviates from the strict rules, they don't tip the can. And then there's the way we operate things. Let's look ahead over here. The way we operate things is like, yeah, you know what, close is enough. The lid's open, yeah, we'll take it, it works. And it's like, yeah, it's a little bit of an obstruction, but we'll take it. And we are a private hauler operating in an open market. That's the third one. So we don't have any tax funds that run or pay for our services. We bill each customer we service a monthly fee. And so in order for us to protect our operating costs, since we don't work directly with the city where the city can tell its residents what the rules are, we just tell our customers, listen, just put the trash in the cart. If the lid's open, okay. If you got some Jenga traps, like, we'll try it. But if we have to get out of the truck to pick up your driveway, we're going to charge extra for that. Because what a lot of people don't understand, I've said it earlier, is we do have a fee at the end of the day that we have to pay for. I was trying not to clip that tree with the big old body, because the cab is low, but the body is high. But at the end of the day, we have a bill. Like, we have a lot of bills. And I would say that it's probably, I think the industry norm or metric is about $250 an hour to run a truck. So when it's like, oh, it's your job to get out and pick up the garbage, it's like, well, not really. Like, we set it up where the truck tips the carts. So my job is to navigate this truck safely and hit all of our customers' homes and tip the carts that we provide. That's the job. Like, when I was interviewed, that's what it was. Like, nowhere in the interview did Mitchell ask, he's like, hey, can you just do this like the hardest, most labor-intensive and dangerous way possible? It's like, no, we're just gonna route these things efficiently, because fundamentally what it comes down to is the customer wants the trash out of the cart and just gone, and after that they don't care. And what our goal is just get the carts empty. Like, if you do it by hand, fine, that's not really smart or efficient, but whatever. I understand there's some operations or markets where automation doesn't work, and there's going to be a lot of operations out there where they think automation doesn't work, but it does. Because again, all it comes down to is the trash out of the cart. Now, sure, sometimes the trash will get stuck in the cart, and the customer will call and be like, hey, this piece of styrofoam or cardboard was wedged in there, it didn't come out. Well, we'll go back. We usually don't charge for those. If they refill it and we come back, we'll charge for that one. So, Keegan, like, I don't know what to tell you. I was trying to be as diplomatic as possible. But if you showed up at a garbage company trying to work a job there and you start saying, no, we're going to have guys pick up everything for free that's outside the cart because it's all about customer service. I've seen a couple companies flirt with death with that mentality. So I had to run a walk up, but let's finish that. My favorite is just all exclamation or all capitalized exclamation point. It's your job. I don't think you should try to pretend what you know what my job is. My job, like I said, is just to drive and get the trash out of the carts. The idea. There we go. The notion that my job is to show up and clean up your driveway, that's more for janitors. I have nothing against janitors. Or maybe not even janitors. Maybe that's just the homeowner's job to keep the driveway clean. My job is to get trash out of the cart into the truck. That's my job. Now, if you want me to do a little extra, we're going to charge a little extra. And it's like, generally, when I get out of the truck to clean up trash, it's like $5. If I can grab it with the arm, maybe I'll charge, maybe I won't, but it's probably usually like $3. Now, if it's a huge pile, and I'm spending a lot of time there, I'll charge, a little bit more sometimes. If I have to tip the cart multiple times, maybe it's more than $5. Most of the people don't complain because they recognize, like, hey, I needed more service this week, and I'll pay for it. And if it's just a one-time thing, no big deal. But the notion where it's like, hey, you provided me a